Well, good morning, everybody. It's Bobby from Bobby's Hobbies. It's December 12th. And, now that I think about it, I think that was my mother's birthday. Wow. Happy birthday in heaven, Mom. Today, what I'm thinking about is the Christmas truce in 1914 on the Western Front, where the Allies and Germans across the trench decided that it was Christmas time and they weren't going to fight. They played soccer, they exchanged foods. It's just, fascinating that left to their own devices, these young soldiers realized they were fighting for nothing. So, in honor of that and to commemorate it, we're going to make something a little different today. We're going to make French crepes. I'm doing this by memory, so it's quite possible that I'm not going to have a perfect recipe here, but I have flour. I have some lemon zest. I'm going to pour a little water into the lemon zest just for the purpose of being able to get it out of the bowl. All right, and put that lemon zest in there. Beautiful. There's a little dab of, well, that's a lemon seed. I was so lucky that stayed behind. I wonder if that's a trick that would work with the water. Here's some salt. If you don't put salt, the whole thing will not stick together. You need some sugar. So, 2 spoonfuls, I think, are enough. Then you need a whisk. Put a little more water in. Again, I said I'm doing this from memory. Probably screwing it up here, but putting some milk in. It's like another kind of protein. I just want to make it a little less clingy noise and also prevent it from rotating too much anyway. It's kind of lumpy. Put a little more water. I put the salt, the sugar, the eggs, the lemon zest without the seed, a little milk. Now we're going to put, of course, it's World War I, right? So, got to lob a couple of shells. But remember, it was the Christmas truce. It really happened. Of course, they wanted to court-martial the guys to get them to fight. And what they ultimately had to do was transfer them because they just wouldn't go back to fighting. All right, now we've got the key thing is the salt, because without the salt, this would not stick together. So I think we've got we've got the salt, the sugar, the eggs, plain flour, lemon zest, milk, and water. That looks just about right consistency. Now this, I'm sure, is getting hot as the hinges of hell. Put a little water on it, test it. Yeah, let that steam up, and then get rid of that in a minute. I've got to get a knife to get a little dab of butter. Have that ready. Get rid of this extra water. Okay. Now we'll put the, don't want to burn the butter. So we're going to put that in, let the butter swish around. Going to get our spatula, ladle. Put this in here, out of the way. Letting the pan heat up. Now this pan is not great for pancakes, but ironically it's good for crepes. Not good in the sense that the heat doesn't seem to distribute evenly. You'd think it would, but it maybe just gets too hot and needs lower heat. Maybe it's me, not the pan. More likely. All right, now got this. Now, real crepe chef would have that special tool, which I'm not sure the name, and it kind of lets you spread it out. My batter is so thin, I'm going to let the pan form it. And let's see if the pan, that is a mighty thin crepe. I'm going to put a little more. All right. Let's hope that the heat can work. Work its wonder. Work its magic. We will be back. All right, we went and got a nice sized dish. Now, we've got this at medium-high heat. I'm lowering it a little bit. This pan's dangerous. We don't want it to get burned. Yeah, see, it needs a little more. Hold on, that salt is so important. Oh, not bad. Not bad, not bad at all. A magnificent French crepe commemorating the Christmas Truce in World War I, which actually happened on Christmas Eve. It was a little early, but it's good to remember these things, you know. We complain a lot, but people who came before us to get us here really did a lot of suffering and put a lot of effort, and I don't know, just never seem to learn our lesson. I mean, they're doing it again in Europe. What is going on? You know, for someone who likes science fiction like I do, and you think of the world, you know, in the future, Star Trek, the Federation, you know, how could you have a federation of planets when you can't even get along with the people next door? Could you imagine getting along with aliens? You know, if they looked like crustaceans, we'd want to eat them. Or they'd want to eat us. It's just awful. Anyway, I was watching some interesting interviews of young people from Russia who were totally against the war and weren't buying into the Kremlin propaganda. I feel bad that they're videoing them because it seems like it's dangerous, but, you know, what do I know? Who knows? You really don't know. And then again, in Jersey here, we have the War of the Worlds. We've got the drones flying around. Nobody knows where they came from, why it's going on. They're being very secretive. Not good. Now, this doesn't quite look cooked to me. I mean, it's got a lot of butter, so that also influences the look. I mean, you want it to be like a golden brown, and you don't really want to flip things more than once. I wonder if I could get this to slide off. That would be the best. No, she's not sliding off. Oh, see that? See, I knew I had to be careful. See, you got a little singe in the center. That's the danger with this pan, so it's dangerous no matter what. It's still edible, just got to scrape that off, but it's a warning. See, the rest of it did not look. So what I'm gonna do now is just lower the heat. I'm gonna keep the heat lower. And I'm gonna move this around a lot. What I mean moving it around is not really like this, but just like offsetting it into different, a little bit of plastic there. Not plastic, I'm sorry. I was thinking plaster, but it's a batter that didn't get cooked. So I have to keep it moving around. Yep, it happens, you know. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I'm sure in the First World War, if you had that little singe, they would eat that pancake greedily. So let's not be hitting ourselves. But you see the bubble coming up in the center there? That's why I'm going to keep moving it. I think when you have these iron things over fire, you got to move it around a lot. Now, I also could switch it to this wider burner, put this on low, shift it there, shut that off, and let it cook here so the flame is not as narrowly centered. Let's see if that makes any difference. Yeah, but these drones, they're a little strange. Very strange, in fact. What do you guys think about the drones over New Jersey? Is it the War of the Worlds? Is it some company that's going to come out and say, "Ta-da! That's our product. Look how great it is." Is it is it Elon Musk? What is it? Hey, not too bad. All right, yeah, the camera shut off on me unexpectedly there. All right, well, we got this crepe, which has a good look to it. See, looks cooked. Just leave it for a few more seconds. And we're making our World War I commemorative crepes. That's a pretty looking crepe. So a little shift over there, we learned something. I gotta think it's gonna taste good, but you never know. There's not much left in there. But yeah, you don't want to be carrying this over a long distance. Maybe I have 2 crepes. I don't know what that tool is called. It's like a spreader. Maybe it's called a spreader. Who knows? I'd like to get that. I gotta have to study how to make the correct crepe. And look, I'm open to criticism. I don't mind. I like learning. But again, how do you serve this? You could put syrup on it, I guess, Americanize it, or you could put some jelly and roll it up. So we'll come back. All right, let's see if we could flip this. Is the heat on there? It doesn't look like it's doing anything. I know my channel is a little bit different in that I have kind kind of like three areas. I have toy trains, I have some cooking, and I have some nature videos, but trying to make something interesting. Hopefully I get better as I go along. It's fun doing it though. I think the most fun part is getting the comments from people that actually watch it and see something about whatever it is I'm doing that I didn't think of myself. You realize how many different ways people can view the same thing, or how many insights you could gain from it. So I'm wondering how I'd get this a little toastier without burning it. That's the interesting thing. Would it be initial hotter pan? Maybe. See the bubbling up there, and it's starting to look drier. It's telling me that the water's coming out. I don't see the steam like I might in a waffle iron. Yeah, see, that's it. One side versus the other looks very different. Yeah, I think we're coming to the end. Hey, 4 crepes. Not bad. I think this one I'm just going to pour in. All right, well, there you have it. Crepes from Bobby's Hobbies, commemorating the Christmas truce of 1914. Maybe I'll make an addendum here when I taste it. Probably a good idea. All right, thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Okay, this is a massive crepe flip. This crepe has a lot of mass to it. Oh, came out a little pancake-like, but still very thin. I think this one came out perfect. The last was the best. Look at that. Wow, it's talking to us. Looks like it's alive. It's alive! Fantastico. So I shut the heat off. I can leave that in there for a little bit. I'll keep on cooking, but it won't burn. That was the perfect one. So it needs a little more mass. I got better as it went along. Let's hope I can remember this. Let's see how they taste. Let's just get a little tiny piece here and see. A little taste. It's kind of bland. It's okay. I think it's missing the sugar, which would be made up for with the jelly or the powdered sugar or syrup. So that's okay. It's got a more of a buttery flavor. Nice. Oh, there's the pooch always trying to mooch something. Oh, she's good at that. All right, so there's our crepes, commemorating the First World War. All right. Yum. Okay, here is our Christmas crepe celebrating the anniversary of the 1914 World War I Western Front truce. And it's got powdered sugar, blueberries, blackberries, and some raspberry jelly, and powdered sugar. And we're just going to take a little quick taste and see how this is. Wow, all together, everything complemented each other. Delicious, and a little bit of hazelnut coffee. A nice breakfast treat, and important to remember the past. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you like, and please subscribe.